pretty sure it's recording. All right, at 6:30, we'll call the April 4th Planning and Zoning Commission to order. I will start with a roll call. Brooks. Mike. Brian. Melissa. Rob. We have a quorum. We also have 4 members here, which means I'll just remind you that we all have to agree if we want to have anything done. Item number 3, approval of the agenda. Motion is second to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4. I don't know how we're going to approve this without Alyssa here, but approval of the minutes of the March 1st, 2024 meeting. Motion is second to approve the minutes. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5 is public comments. Everybody but my wife is welcome to come to the podium. She wasn't. She threatened to be mean. All right, hearing none. Item number 6, a rezone application for 809 West Holly Boulevard. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the stuff that Van Buskirk is doing out on Holly, correct?
Correct. This is River Park, and it does not look like a representative from Van Buskirk's is here yet, so you can either discuss or if you want to switch that with the next item until they're here, however you want to proceed with that.
Well, it certainly looks as though they are doing everything that we asked them to do in the preliminary plan. They did make some changes on our recommendations, so anybody else have anything on this?
I have one question. What's the intent of track 5?
Institutional, that's what everyone is. Institutional is the city park.
So that's a city park.
Yeah.
The barn on Tract 5 is something we're still trying to work through. Last I heard, ISG is still working through their structural analysis. Assuming the barn is saved, then we'd have to figure out what to do with it. It's possible it will become part of the Big Sioux Rec area. Will it become a city park? We don't quite know yet. That's just kind of the placeholder. It's possible that the barn is in such bad condition that it'll just be rezoned back to residential lots. We're not quite sure yet.
I went back and looked at the preliminary plan. That was not a recommendation.
No. Okay, anybody else have any thoughts or questions on this? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the rezone.
It's a recommendation to the city council.
I'll make a motion to recommend to council to approve the rezone as submitted.
Motion is second to make a recommendation to council. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7 is a conditional use application for 2400 through 2420 East Country Club Circle. I believe this is for some apartments.
And as Tim mentioned earlier, since conditional use permits require 2/3 to approve, out of the 6 of you, there are 4 here, so that would require unanimous approval from 4 voting members to approve.
There we go. Is there anybody from Aspen Ridge here? Come on up. When you get to the podium, if you'll just push that button, and the red light will come on and tell us your name and address and let us know what you're looking for.
My name is Caleb Veldhouse, representative from Veldco and Aspen Ridge Reserve LP. I am from Sioux Falls, but I'll put 2400 East Country Club Circle as an owner of this property. What we're requesting here, so this property is already zoned R3, and the amount of living units that are on this parcel matches the zoning of 1 unit per 2,000 square feet of land. What we are requesting is that instead of, there's a rule that's 36 units per legal description. And so what we're requesting is that instead of breaking this up into a subdivision, and, putting in all of that infrastructure and work for the exact same amount of units, that we're getting a conditional use permit to have over 36 units for this parcel, having met all the other zoning requirements for it. So I don't know if Patrick shared, we actually went through the process of creating a subdivision plan, kind of showing the difference between what that looks like, meeting the 36 units per lot versus what this looks like. I don't know if they.
It was emailed out to them.
Okay. So, the subdivision plan has 1.5 times more asphalt, 7.5 times more curb and gutter. It has 3/4 of the green space, and the buildings are quite a bit closer together just because of what we have to do to create all the lot lines and setbacks and all of that stuff. So I think for the city, this is quite a bit better than creating a subdivision plan. It doesn't have to go through the subdivision process. It doesn't have to spend city dollars and the engineering and all of that that goes through that. And the end result is the same. There would be 145 units on this approximately 7 acres, and the property tax benefits, et cetera, would all be identical.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Veldhuis? Go ahead.
Just a couple comments. So earlier today, I had some correspondence with Patrick. I was questioning the heights of these buildings. He sent some images of what you're currently building in Sioux Falls. That's what your intent is here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And the heights were upper 30 feet, correct?
32 feet is the max. It's like 31.8.
Just so you're on the same page, I sent them images of the project you have going on East 69th Street.
Okay, thank you.
I don't suppose you can pull one of those up. If not, that's fine.
And then, not to get too picky, but I can't find there's so many documents here in our packet here today. The area says plus or minus.
For the square footage of the lot,
Yes, so I know you're like right down to the gnat's hair.
yeah, I think it's 191,000 some odd square feet, and we rounded to, we did it at 190,000 square feet. It's been surveyed, it's been platted. That plus or minus is probably plus or minus a foot or two.
Okay, that answers my questions.
Anybody else have any questions? From a staff standpoint, do you have any comments on this? Anyone?
Those pictures are probably a couple weeks outdated, but roughly kind of what they're looking like.
Yeah, very similar. They're a little different now. Obviously some tweaks, but essentially the same thing. Yes.
They look nice.
Thank you.
So I mean, essentially, whether we approve this conditional use or not, I mean, the number of units, the use of the property is gonna be the same whether they go through the subdivision process or not. This just basically makes this a little less cumbersome by doing it this way.
And I think for the people that live there, more aesthetically pleasing, with a lot more green space, a lot farther back from the road, a lot less asphalt.
Okay. Does anybody else have any comments? Go ahead.
I have a question. So all the access for these is off of what would be the new Chestnut Boulevard?
No, they would
Or there'll
also be.
also-
There's also one on the west side. I forget actually the street that comes
Country
south.
Club Circle.
Yeah, Country Club Circle comes in there on the west, but I don't know what that north and south street is off of. Okay. So there's 2 accesses. It goes through fire truck, all that good
Okay.
stuff. It meets those requirements.
I just saw the circle here at the end and I thought that was. Okay. No, I appreciate the design here, and I think, in my opinion, this is, I think, a great fit for the neighborhood, and I think aesthetically and
second to approve the conditional use for 2400 through 2420 East Country Club Circle. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. There you go.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right, now.
And thank you to the staff. They've been incredibly helpful throughout the process. I want to make mention of that. It's been very good.
Okay, now, this is a bit cumbersome, and maybe Patrick or somebody can give a reasoning as to why items 8 through
Do we need to let-
17.
Do we need to let Ryan know that we voted on his
You're done.
thing?
I know, right? It's great. Yeah, it's my birthday, by the way, too. So I mean, look at how nice that is. So items 8 through 17, we as the city council actually revisited our ordinance for video lottery and their corresponding malt beverage licenses. So essentially, every one of these conditional uses is cleaning up paperwork that we created. Is that about right, Patrick? I'll let you get back to your seat.
Correct. These are all existing businesses. It was bringing them into compliance.
Bringing them into compliance with an ordinance that we just wrote.
Correct.
Okay. So if anybody has any questions or comments on any of these, we do need individual motions on every one of them. Otherwise, do you guys have anything? Do you have anything? Oh. Well. Okay. Hey, thank you. So nice. All right, so item number 8 is a conditional use application for 1009 North Split Rock Boulevard for on and off sale. Motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, conditional use application for 1009 North Split Rock Avenue. Page 79. Motion is second to approve the conditional use application for 1009 North Split Rock Boulevard. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Conditional use application for 1320 East Cedar Street. A motion and a second to approve the conditional use for 1320 East Cedar Street. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Conditional use application for 1322 East Cedar Street. Motion and a second to approve the conditional use for 1322 East Cedar Street. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, conditional use application for 1328 East Cedar Street.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the conditional use application for 1328 East Cedar Street. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 13, conditional use application for 920 North Split Rock Boulevard.
Motion to approve.
A motion and a second to approve the conditional use application for 920 North Split Rock Boulevard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Man, I can't even keep up with myself here. Yeah, I'm on it. Just forwarding the pages. Waiting for a little more excitement out of the motions and seconds. Conditional use application for 920 North Split Rock Boulevard.
Moved.
Motion and a second to approve the conditional use application for 920 North Split Rock Boulevard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 15, conditional use application for 600 North Split Rock Boulevard. Motion and second to approve the conditional North Split Rock Boulevard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Conditional use application for 600 North Split Rock Boulevard.
Move to approve.
Motion and a second to approve the conditional use application for 600 North Split Rock Boulevard. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 17, conditional use application for 600 North Split Rock Boulevard. Motion and a second to approve the conditional use application for 600 North Split Rock Boulevard. All those, or Suite 8, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. That was relatively painless. How about that? Item number 18, the annexation request for track 1 of the Bosch Edition.
So these properties were purchased by the city as part of the East Side Sewer Project, so we're just looking to bring them into the city.
We have to bring them into the city before we can build sewer on them, if I remember correctly. Okay,
So this is a recommendation to council.
Correct. Yep.
Second.
motion is second to recommend approval of the annexation request for track 1 of Bosch Edition. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Annexation request for track 2 Bosch Edition.
Same thing, different lot.
Same thing, different lot. More sewer. Motion to recommend
Second.
and a second to recommend the annexation request on track 2 Bosch Edition. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 20, building permits for the city. How did we do?
Thing to highlight here is through this point in 2023, we had 2. Through this point in 2024, we are up to 13 for new homes.
What are we up to today? Very proud of you, Paul. You're building more houses. That's good. You're building them. You're building them. That's what we get with an award-winning building inspector. What? You're award-winning. Oh. All right. All right. Well, I have no other agenda items. I guess I would make a motion or entertain a motion to adjourn. Well, you didn't complain, so here we are.
Motion to adjourn.